I'm Nayolo Tolteca, member of the Mexica movement, the muralist who painted this mural. And we're going to give you a tour today. And hopefully this mural could serve as a tool for you to know and embrace this beauty, this beautiful civilization that was created here in Anahuac. The beautiful civilizations being the Olmec, the Zapoteca, Teotihuacan, the Maya, all these beautiful cultures that been here for thousands and thousands of years. So the idea here was to show our civilizations basically in that order, from the Olmecs, Zapoteco, Teotihuacano, Maya, Toltec, Mexica, and obviously more civilizations in between. And this is the idea that shows that we had a beautiful past that we should know and be proud of, a beautiful past that should be the pride of the world in reality. And this is what we're trying to show here in the Anahuac mural. In this area, we wanted to show basically the accomplishments of our people, of our Olmec ancestors. For example, amoxtlis, which were books written by our ancestors, books that were made out of bark paper. But instead of putting the pictographics, we wanted to put writing. We took a different tone here, basically saying them to saying we, because that's who we are, that's what our ancestors are. It's almost like talking to a New Yorker of Jewish descent. He's not going to say the Jews, he's going to say our people. And that's the approach we got to take as a Nicantlaca people. In this area here, we show the Zapotecas. In 600 BC, we Zapotecas built Monte Alban, a pyramid city and a mountain pyramid and temples reaching to the sky. In 600 BC, we were Zapotecas. We are Zapotecas. We are each and every one of these civilizations. Here we have the Teotihuacanos. In 200 BC, we Teotihuacanos built the Pyramid of the Sun, the Pyramid of the Moon, grand boulevards, temples, palaces, art, literature, poetry, masonry, the great cities of the world. We were Teotihuacanos. We are Teotihuacanos. We are each and every one of these civilizations. In this area, we show the Maya. In 100 BC, we were the Maya, refinement in art, beauty, architecture, masters of astronomy, masters of time, masters of mathematics, builders of dozens of cities, Tikal, Copan, Palenque, Bonampak, Tulum, Chichen Itza. We were the Maya. We are the Maya. Here we have the Toltecs. In 900 AD came the Toltecs, the artists, the speakers, the gold and silver makers, the bookmakers, the philosophers. We built the city of Tula. The Toltecs were the molders of our finer ethics, makers of our character, the embellishers of our dignity. They were the Toltecs. We were the Toltecs. We are each and every one of these civilizations. And our last great civilization was the Mexica. We Mexica built Tenochtitlan, an island city and a lake with universities, botanical gardens, zoos, hospitals, the largest marketplace in the world. We Mexicas had advances in science, commerce, agriculture, and the arts. Beauty, brilliance, and genius. This was the last great of our civilizations. This is something that we've been taught throughout history, throughout these 500 years of occupation, that the Spaniards came and married our people, that the Spaniards came and basically civilized us, This is an image here that shows the so-called mestizaje. And today the mestizaje is known as something that, well, it's a Spanish and Indian, someone that married and was no longer a savage. And here, what I was trying to show that idea, that fake lie that's been pushed through our history over and over. And we hear it. We hear it amongst our people. We hear it amongst our families. Every time we start talking about history, every time we start talking about our ancestors, it's always that abuelito de España, my grandfather that came from Spain, idea. And have you ever stopped to think what abuelito really came from Spain? It was more like our master, the master that came from Spain. We know some history. We know that these names, the Spanish names like Garcia, Rodriguez, all these names were not names that were chosen by our people. Were not names that supposedly grew out of this marriage. These names were basically because we were property of the Garcias, we were property of the Rodriguez, we were property of the Spaniards that held our land. They held us captives, they held us enslaved, they held us to their own benefit because they wanted to live off our land, live off our wealth, and had us digging for gold. And that's the idea this whole mestizaje brings about. But see, the mestizaje is glorified. The lighter you are, the better you are. No, there's lies behind the whole mestizaje. The whole mestizaje was a rape. We were raped. Our ancestors were raped. Our women were raped. Our DNA was raped. The Europeans did not come here as good adventurers. They came here as invaders, colonizers, grave robbers. They came here to destroy our civilizations, to destroy us as a culture, to destroy us as a people. Overall, on this continent, 70 to 100 million human beings were massacred by the Europeans. And when we talk about mestizo, we're basically glorifying this rape. When we talk about raza, it's glorifying this rape. Think about it. Raza, el Día de la Raza, the day of the race, lands when? October 12th. October 12th was the invasion of our lands. When Columbus invaded our lands, he didn't come with good intentions. He came and massacred. He came and unleashed the most horrific events in the history of humanity. See, this information we're not taught in our schools. This information is not taught by our parents. Yes, we know about the so-called marriage, this so-called integration between two worlds. That is a lie. That is something that's been pushed on purposely to keep us in this state, to keep us in this condition, to keep us enslaved to the European world. And this idea here that we're two worlds is a total farce. And what I did, I went back and changed that, because originally it was a Spaniard and an indigenous person, meaning Anicantlaca, meaning us. And I went back and basically deleted the Spaniard. We're not mestizo. We're not raza. We're not Hispanic. We're not Latino. We're none of these terms that Europeans have pushed on our psyche, that Europeans have pushed on us so we could glorify and continue glorifying this European invasion in 1492.